Sousa March.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it seems, tell me if I'm wrong, but it sure seems to me that we got the president that we got at a real good time before COVID.
He's very, he's just a different generation.
Right, right. So you're going to have a lot of that.
Yeah, yeah.
He just seems like, from your perspective, he just seems like a pretty good guy for the
Yeah,
state.
yeah, no, he's impossible to dislike. He really, let's go.
Yep. We're up with a graphic. I'll go to the
Oh,
shop.
I haven't turned on I gotta look at my viewership here. The dozens of people around the
Really?
world who need me.
63 waiting.
Heck, yeah.
Good afternoon and welcome to the DeVos Fieldhouse on the campus of Hope College for more Hope College volleyball, continuing a big weekend in the Hope College Fall Classic Invitational. This afternoon's contest features the Hope College Flying Dutch against the University of Northwestern Eagles. Northwestern comes into the game undefeated at 10-0. They are led by up front, they are led by Cassie Flynn, who averages 5.0 kills per set. Cassie is a junior middle from New Franken, Wisconsin. On defense, the Eagles are led by Kiera Brown in the back. Brown is up front with Kiera Brown, a junior middle from Columbia Falls, Montana. She averages 1.46 blocks per set. And in the back, they are led by Marilyn Schroyer. Schroyer, a senior libero from Fort Collins, Colorado. On the season, as I said, the Eagles were 10-0. They just won their last game here at 10 a.m. on the Robert DeYoung court, defeating Clarkson. They came into this week ranked 7th in the nation, living up to their undefeated record. On opening weekend, they hosted a tournament in St. Paul where they defeated St. Norbert in straight sets, then number 20th ranked at the time Bethel University in straight sets. And then on Saturday, they defeated the University of Wisconsin at Stevens Point. They had the next weekend off, but then they traveled, and the next weekend they traveled once again hosting a tournament in St. Paul. They defeated Grinnell College 3-1. Hamlin they swept in straight sets. Crown College they swept in straight sets. And their in-state rival Gustavus Adolphus they beat in straight sets. And then last night, they defeated the number 6 Calvin University Knights 3-1. Hope College comes into the contest this afternoon with an 8-1 record, with 4 victories in the opening weekend at the Cedar Point Sportsplex, defeating Hiram, Baldwin-Wallace, Heidelberg, and Bethany. Last weekend, they hosted a tournament here, and they defeated Denison. They lost to the Wittenberg Tigers, their only loss of the year, 3-1, and then swept Ohio Wesleyan. And then Wednesday night, many of you may have joined us for a really good match against the Chicago Maroons where they came out victorious 3-1. Last night was the first of their 3 contests in this tournament, and they defeated the Clarkson Golden Eagles in straight sets. Hope is led on offense by sophomore Annie Lockett. She averages 4.28 kills per set. On defense, up front, they are led by Charlotte Breck, the senior from Traverse City. She averages 1.13 blocks per set. And then in the back, they are led by libero Olivia Fiebing, averaging 4.44 digs per set. The teams are shaking hands, and we are about ready to start. Stay with us. It's a great afternoon of volleyball as Hope has another contest coming up right after that at 2 o'clock against another nationally ranked team, Otterbein. This will be indeed Hope's toughest test when it comes to one day's work. It looks like I think Northwestern will serve first. I want to thank Mr. Steve Secor for riding along with me and making us look good and me sound as good as I can sound. He will be running the graphics and the mic and the camera. We are at the Robert DeYoung Court, and we come up from one of the classrooms here at the DeVos Fieldhouse. So it's not that the fans are uninterested. It's just there's no way to get any court sound. The first point is going to go to Northwestern as a miscommunication on a zip play intended for Charlotte Breck. Not really much of an opportunity to get any kind of contact on the ball, and Northwestern leads 1-0. Here's an overpass by Hope that's knocked down by Abby Glanzer, and Northwestern leads 2-0. Glanzer, a sophomore outside from Brandon, South Dakota, graduate of Sioux Falls Christian High School. Here's Lauren Lee. She's going to go outside to Lockett, and Lockett finds a spot in between the libero and the back row player. Hope gets the ball and the serve. They trail 2-1. Allison DeWeerd checks in. And Breck will come out. Here's the outside attack by Northwestern. Up against the block, Glanzer hits a roll shot. Glanzer again with a cut shot. Hope having a tough time with it, so Lockett's going to have to free ball it over. Middle set this time, and that's a point for Northwestern. Quick middle there is Marley On, a freshman from New Brighton, Minnesota, and Northwestern leads 3-1. They defeated Hope's arch rival, Calvin University, last night in convincing fashion, 3-1. And then they squeaked out a 5-set victory just before this game against Clarkson, a team that is going to leave here going 0-3, but they certainly did battle the Eagles. Outside attack is pounded by Glanzer, and Hope is unable to track it down, and Northwestern off to an early 4-1 lead. Well, we anticipated that Hope would have all it could handle today against both opponents, and Northwestern is proving to be all of that. Looking much more impressive in the first 5 points of this game than they did through much of the Elmhurst match. The Clarkson match. DeWeert sends it over. It's dug by Northwestern. Right side attack is another point for Northwestern. That's the right side hitter, Kendra Hardy, a senior from Alexandria, Minnesota. And that's going to cause Coach Becky Schmidt to call her first time out very early. The first 6 points, 5 of them go to Northwestern. Hope trails 5-1. We will be back in just a second with more Hope Volleyball. Northwestern on a run on the serving hand of Marley On. She sends it from the right side of the court and into the net, so Hope gets a break, and the lead is now 5-2. Coach Becky Schmidt in her 19th season as Hope's head coach has 499 career wins between her time at Hope and her time at the University of Redlands. A victory today would give her 500, and that serve is out by Hope, and the score is 6-2. Hope unable to get any kind of string going here so far early in set one. Grace Strickfaden will serve. She's the setter. She's from Norwood Young, America. That's the name of the city in the great state of Minnesota. She went to Norwood Young American High School. Hope picks up a point here, and we'll have a sub in as outside hitter Brooke Fox, who's been taking the place of the injured Jenna Core in last night's contest. She comes in to play her front row rotations. Outside attack by Northwestern is blocked back by Emma Post. She's been playing so well lately. Hard cross cut from the right outside, and it is wide, and Hope keeps the ball, picks up the point. Serve to the deep middle of the court. Outside attack from 12 feet off the net, and they are able to pick up the point as Northwestern. Not a whole lot on the ball. Plenty of chances for Hope to play it, but they aren't able to get to it. And Northwestern leads 7-4. From the left side of the court is Glanzer. She serves. Middle attack to DeWeert, and she's stuffed right back by Kiera Brown, the team leading blocker for the Eagles, and it is 8-4 Northwestern. This is the University of Northwestern from Minnesota, not Northwestern College of Orange City, Iowa. That serve is deep, and that's going to make it 8-5. Charlotte Breck comes back in. The libero Fiebing comes out. And although we can't see it, the only person on the court I can't see is Allison DeWeert, so I'm assuming she's going to serve, and she does, and she serves an ace. 8-6. Middle attack by Northwestern, and she finds the hole. Kiera Brown got up faster than the block and was able to get around it. 6-9, Hope trails. Marilyn Schroyer, the libero, will serve next from the left side of the court. Sends it into the middle of the court on the other side. Outside attack by Emma Post, and she finds a spot. Emma Post has just been playing great volleyball the last few contests, starting really with the tournament of her, the match of her life against the Maroons on Wednesday, and then played again well last night. Outside attack is dug by Hope. And Fox has her attack dug. And point for Northwestern as Gabrielle Straub finds a way to find the floor, and it is 10-7 Northwestern. Early stats, there's a service error by Northwestern. Hope will get a break. Early stats suggest that Northwestern should have the upper hand. They're hitting 462 to Hope's 100. 8-10. Hope trails. Outside from the 3 spot, and that's another point for Northwestern as Marley On, the freshman from New Brighton, picks up a point, and it's 11-8. First kill for Marley. Second. Had to wait for the stats to reset. And here's an attempted block on Annie Lockett, and it goes out, and Hope will pick up the point. There on the block was Hardy and On. And it went out, so Hope gets the point and keeps the ball. They trail 9-11. Tough serve. They have to chase it down on the sideline. Here's Emma Post to Lee. Going to go back set to DeWeert, and she's able to get it as Hannah Gaudiant could not get her hand on it. And it is 11-10. Hope trailed by as many as 5-1. They have cut the lead to 1. Setter chases it down, outside attack, and nice attack by Abby Glanzer. She finds a spot, comes up high and up over everybody. Third kill of the early match by Glanzer. Here's On. Phoebing, overpass, and it's pounded down by Abby Glanzer. Hope College with a bad first contact, and that's going to give Northwestern a 13-10 lead. And another serve-receive error and another ace by Marley On, and it's 14-10. So Hope had exerted a lot of energy to climb back from a 4-point deficit, cut it to 1, and now the lead is back to 4 by Northwestern. I know it's a beautiful day in the Holland area, but if you're a fan of volleyball, there's a lot more to come, and we really hope that you would take advantage of joining us here. We have 4 of the 6 teams at this tournament in the top 11 in the country, including the 2 you're watching right now. Hope picks up that last point, and they will continue to serve. Northwestern, as we said, ranked 7th, and Hope ranked 9. A battle of 2 top 10 teams, and if you're in Holland, that's going on right in your backyard. We'd love to have you. If you can't make it, or if you've got lots of screens open with lots of sports choices, or you're doing something enjoying the weather, we're glad you've chosen to give us one of your screens. 11-14, one-handed punch set by Lauren Lee, and Lockett's able to get a hand of it. Great play by Lee, and there's a push by Glanzer as she's able to sweep it from right to left and find the sideline, and it's 11-15. Hope has not led in this first set. Grace Strickfaden will serve for Northwestern. Outside attack is Emma Post. It's blocked by by Northwestern. Another one blocked by Northwestern. And this time it's going to be sent over on the second contact. Here is the outside from Northwestern, and that ball is out, and Hope's able to pick up the point and get the serve back. Fox will come in for Grace Marshall. You can see almost all of the court thanks to the strategic and impressive camera work of Mr. Steve Secor. And a single block by Emma Post on Glanzer, and Hope picks up the point. They've cut the lead now to 2. little bit of trouble with the serve for Northwestern. Nice opportunity. Middle attack by Emma Post, who comes through from the 5-hole and picks it up. A great move by Hope. You don't see Post coming from the middle, and that's exactly what happened. Northwestern got caught off guard. It's 15-14. Hope has cut the lead again to 1. And Northwestern will take its first timeout of the first set. They lead by 1. This is Hope Volleyball. Hope has trailed by 4 2 times, and both times they've cut it to 1, but they have not led. Outside attack by Ari Schmidt, and they're able to find the floor. Another point for Northwestern. Schmidt, a sophomore from Albany, Minnesota, product of Holding Ford High School, and Glanzer will drop back to serve. Northwestern leads by 2. Set 1. Brooke Fox tips it over, and she finds a spot in front of the back row player, Strickfaden. Hope trails by 1 with the serve. DeWeert. Hope is able to block the first attempt. Here's a right side by Post. It's blocked and sent back. Point by Northwestern. Gabrielle Straub leading the efforts there. I think she had some help from Strickfaden. And it's 17-15, Northwestern with the lead. Fiebing. Middle attack by Breck, dug by Northwestern. Outside push by Straub. There's this Fox. Back set. And a point for Ari Schmidt, coming in strong 2 times in a row from the right side. Her second kill of this match. Schroyer continues to serve. Northwestern extends its lead to 3, and that one goes from left to right and goes wide. Hope watches it bounce. They pick up the point, and Emma Post will serve. Emma playing all 6 positions outside to Schmidt, right side to Schmidt, and she has got it rolling as we could only get up 1 block, and the lead is now 3. Hope running out of time. They trail 19-16. Ari Schmidt exerting her influence here in the second half of the first set. Fiebing on the serve receive. Go right side to Breck. Dug by Schroyer. Hope with another chance. Outside this time to Fox. That one is blocked, covered by Hope. Lee tries to get it on the second contact, and Hope will have another chance. Outside to Fox. And a net violation on Hope. And that means that the Northwestern lead is again 4. Every time Hope seems to have something going, they can't seem to keep it going. And they're going to take their second timeout as it is a 2016 lead. Northwestern's led all the way in set 1. We'll be back in just a break, right after this quick break. Hope College trying to put a string together here against a very good University of Northwestern Eagles team. They have not led the whole set. Northwestern is led by 4 3 different times, including right now. Here is the back right side attack by Breck as she comes around on that zip play, and it's 20-17. Grace Marshall will come in for Fox and try to do something to close this gap. Northwestern 5 points away from a first set victory. Serve goes to the middle of the court, middle attack, picked up by Hope. Outside to Lockett, who's now in the front row. She's dug. Outside is Straub. She's dug. Lockett again. Great play by Schroyer. Roll shot dug by Hope. Attack in the middle by Charlotte Breck as she comes up fast and uses a little push shot and finds the middle of the court. 18-20. That's a huge point. Hope absolutely could not go down by 4 at that point. They trail now by 2. Marshall sends a hard serve over. And Gabrielle Straub pounds it to the ground between the blocker and the antenna, and it's a 3-point lead for Northwestern. Northwestern refuses to relinquish the lead in set 1. Struggle for Hope. Lockett still manages to get a nice topspin shot in the deep corner out of the reach of Northwestern, and it's 21-19. Although Northwestern refuses to relinquish the lead, Hope refuses to cave as well. Lockett with her 4th kill. She leads all hitters for Hope. Fiebing. Tough serve. Dug up, though. And it's blocked by Lockett and DeWeert, as Northwestern struggled to get much of anything on it after a poor serve receive, and we're now down to a 1-point deficit for Hope. Hope looking for its first tie since 1-1, and the serve goes deep, and it's 22-20. Northwestern holds on to the lead. Getting right to the top of the mountain and then just falling back. Northwestern is now 3 points away. Substitution for Northwestern will be Kate Rogers, defensive specialist, a senior from Woodbury, Minnesota, graduate of New Life Academy, and she will come in to serve. And she serves an ace, 23-20. Kate Rogers, right place, right time. Great move by Coach Beth Wilmeth. She puts in Rogers to serve, and she comes up with an ace, and she will serve again. Post. Pass a little too close to the net. Lauren Lee is not able to get at it, and we are at set point. Rogers serving from the left side of the court. Captain Emma Post going up to the up official to ask a question. If the question is, can we have more points, the answer is usually no. Now she's going to go back, and we've at least established that we're going to get a conference between the up official and the down official. They might be asking whether or not it was a back row player, the setter in the back row at the time that they did the block. And we're going to play it again. So if that was the issue, we are going to play the point again. So I think that means Mr. Secor will wait for the official. I think it's going to be 23-20. A little bit of good news for Hope. Heads up coaching by Coach Becky Schmidt. Now Emma Post might be asking, well, if it was the wrong call, how come we can't have the point? But Emma Post getting her steps in today, running back and forth between the official and Coach Schmidt. I think we're all resolved. Emma's got a smile on her face as she's serving as messenger. We don't have a mediation and negotiation major here, but if we did, I bet Emma Post would be very good. Annie Lockett from the outside makes it 23-21. That is a huge turn of events, as instead of trailing by 4 with Northwestern serving and the tough hand of Kate Rogers, we now get the ball back. We still trail by 2, 23-21, but it's way better than what it was going to be, which was 24-20. And the ball comes out, and we're going to have to play that one again as a loose ball got on the court. It was originally waved down by Northwestern, and I think Northwestern was frustrated because I think they had a pretty good chance from the outside there. 23-21, we'll play it again. And a service error at a critical time by Hope is going to give set point to Northwestern at 24-21. Oh, every time we seem to be able to climb over this hurdle, Northwestern has an answer or there's an error. Here's Strickfaden. Serves from the right side of the court. Marshall to Lee. Outside to Lockett, who fires it. Coming on the right side that time, and that serve receive was Annie Lockett, ricocheting it off the block of Kiera Brown. Brooke Fox comes back in. 24-22, Northwestern still with set point. Lockett fires it deep. Deep pass by Hope. And a great second contact attack by Lauren Lee. Put it right in the middle of all of the players from Northwestern as they gathered around the campfire, and it's 24-23. That's going to cause Northwestern to call its final timeout of this set. They still have set point, but Hope with the serve. We'll be right back. Hope serving at 23-24. Lockett sends it to the middle of the court. Northwestern having some trouble with it. Northwestern can't get much on it, so Hope will have a nice chance. From the right side, hits Emma Post, and we're tied at 24. She goes from right to left with her left hand, and she cuts it hard and inside the white line. Great play by Hope, starting with the serve with Annie Lockett. Tough for Northwestern to do much with it. That's an overpass, and it's sent down by Fox. Hope with its first lead of set one at 25-24. And now Hope has a set point. Northwestern had, and there's another overpass, but it's a mishit by Fox as she got just a little excited, got up a little too early. And we are tied at 25-25. That would have been an electric end to this set. But this has been such good volleyball. We're going to play a little more here. Mr. Secor and I think we might be here for a while today. And that's an ace by Northwestern. Abby Glanzer puts the Eagles up 26-25. And a service error by Northwestern ties it back up at 26. Don't worry, Mr. Secor. It's win by 2 to first one or 1,000, whichever comes first. So we won't be here forever. Actually, that's not in the rule book. Not a word of truth in it. Tipped by Northwestern and an overpass, and what a play by Gabrielle Straub. She first tipped it and got Hope off balance as they had to cover the tip, And then it was overpassed, and Straub was right there to pound it down. Set point for Northwestern at 27-26. Libero serves. Out right side attack. Emma Post is blocked, and Northwestern wins set 1. It was on, and I want to say it was Strickfaden, although I missed who the second blocker was. Congratulations, Northwestern. They pick up set 1, 28-26. There's great volleyball here at DeVos if you can make it out. We're going to take a short break, and we will keep the camera rolling and be back with set 2. This is Hope Volleyball. As heartbreaking as it was for Hope to lose that first set, you have to believe it would have been more heartbreaking for the Northwestern Eagles as they led the entire time until 25-24 when Hope had its first set point. Northwestern rallied back and was able to pick up the first set victory, and we're all set for set number 2. Outside attack by Glanzer finds a spot right along the left side of the court, and Northwestern picking up where they left off with a 1-0 lead. The statistics in that first half really balanced themselves out. Northwestern with big advantages early on, but the hitting percentages ended almost even, 289 for Northwestern, 270 for Hope. And in terms of everything else, it was as equal as the game was. 5 attack errors for each team. And there's our first point by Hope as Charlotte Breck pounds it down, and it's 1 apiece. Couldn't really be, it couldn't be closer. 28-26 was the score. 16 kills for Northwestern, 15 for Hope. Both teams had 5 attack errors. 38 attack attempts for Northwestern, 37 for Hope. 289 versus 270 for hitting percentages. Northwestern had 3 service aces to Hope's 1. Hope had 4 blocks to Northwestern's 3. And while Northwestern had 3 service aces. They also had 5 service errors to Hope's 3. 2-1 Hope with the lead as they pick up 2 points in a row. And Fiebing will drop back to serve. And there's the first service error of the second set for either team, and it's tied at 2-all. Grace Strickfaden running in. Eagles look to be running a 6-2 offense with Strickfaden and Gadiant. Zip play by Allison DeWeird, and she finds a hole as she beat the blocker up and fires a rocket, and Hope with a 3-2 lead, something they didn't do a lot of in the first set. Setter has to chase it down. Northwestern still able to get something on it from the outside, but the cut shot goes wide from left to right, and Hope leads its biggest lead of the entire match, a gigantic 4-2 lead. Here's Lauren Lee. Tough serve has to be tracked down. Hope Northwestern can't do a lot with it. They're going to go right side to Emma Post. Not a great connection, but Post wisely takes her left hand and is able to push it across. It's 5-2. And that serve's going to go deep. Northwestern will get it back. Emma Post with 3 kills so far today. She and Charlotte Breck and Fox all have 3, and DeWeird has 2. For Northwestern, they're led by Glanzer with 8. And then Straub and Schmidt both have 2. The outside attack and serve received by Emma Post hits the antenna. Northwestern will keep the serve, and they trail 5-4. Here's a service error by Northwestern, giving the ball back to Hope with a 6-4 lead, and Annie Lockett will go back to serve. Lockett's tough serving near the end of set 1 was the reason that Hope was able to climb back into it and actually had a set point opportunity. The attack by Straub ricochets off the block, and that will be a point for Northwestern. Fiebing to Lee, back set to Post. It's blocked, but Northwestern can't cover. Point for Post, point for Hope, 7-5. DeWeird will serve. Again, Northwestern setter having to chase it down. Northwestern can't get a whole lot on it, so Hope's going to get a nice chance there for Charlotte Breck, who beats the blockers and picks up another point, and it's 8-5. Tough serving by Hope in this set has been one of the reasons why they've been able to hold this lead, small as it may be, and getting smaller there on the attack by Northwestern, and it's 8-6. That attack going over the outstretched hands of single blocker Emma Post. Serve goes from right to left. Tough play. Fiebing makes it. Great play. And then Fox comes in and is able to get it inside the blocker. Marley on, dribbling it between her hands and the net. And it's a point for Hope, 9-6. Emma Post will head back to serve. Serves from the the right side of the court as she faces it. And a single block by Charlotte Breck on. And Hope has its biggest lead of the day, 10-6. And although because we broadcast from a classroom, you cannot hear the ambient noise, but the crowd has found a little bit more energy here in set 2. Another tough serve by Hope causes Northwestern to push it over. Lee in the middle. Nice tip by Breck, but it's covered. Pushed out by Hardy. Hope with a chance. This is a point of tips. I think we've had 3 or 4 in a row. Back row attack. That's a rocket by Glanzer. Hope's able to get it over. Outside attack by Northwestern. Covered by Hope, but they're going to have to struggle. Emma Post will send it over on a standing attack. Kendra Hardy has her point, Doug, and that was a rocket and then a tip by Fox. What a point by Hope, and the crowd erupts in appreciation of great volleyball by both teams. 11-6, Hope leads. That was a long point. Started out as a game of point of tips, and then they had a back row attack, a couple of hard attack attempts by both teams that were dug nicely by both defenses. A single-handed assist because of a tight pass, and that's going to cause a net violation, and that's going to give Hope a 6-point lead, and Northwestern's going to call a timeout, and the Hope crowd is excited. The Hope bench is electric, and they are enjoying their biggest lead of the day. We will take a quick break and be back with more Hope Volleyball. I'm ready. Hope with a 12-6 lead in the serve. Emma Post. Becky Schmidt and team making the adjustments between set 1 and set 2. They're hitting 500 in this set compared to 059 for Northwestern. That just got higher, though, as I believe that was Straub who picked up that point. And Northwestern will get the serve, trailing by 5. And that one's into the net. Another service error by Northwestern. That is their second. Hope also has 2 in this set. Grace Marshall to serve for Hope. Outside attack. What a play by Abby Glanzer, jumping high in the air and getting up over everybody. Point for Northwestern. She made that look very easy, but she had great elevation on that play. Emma Post gets it up. Tipped by Lockett. Outside attack. Again, Glanzer, and it's out. As it goes from left to right, and there's no touch. It'll be point Hope, 14-8. This is the game that Hope College fans came to see, as Hope is in control, but they have a very, very tough opponent, another top 10 team who beat Calvin University, a perennial powerhouse, including last year going to the national final championship game. Lauren Lee tries a second contact attack with her left hand and runs into the net, and it's 14-9. Northwestern picks up the point. Schmidt is in, and Gadiant is out. Lauren Lee's going to go middle this time. DeWeert's attack is Doug. Glanzer. Outside, Lockett, and she picks it up. Ricocheting it off of the block attempt by Kiera Brown, and it's 15-9. Lauren Lee will serve. Glad you've joined us. We see our viewership has been picking up here. And a service ace by Lauren Lee. 16-9. I think the word is out that we have some good volleyball going on here at Hope as the crowd has gotten a little bigger. The viewership's gotten a little bigger. We appreciate your support of very good volleyball here in West Michigan. That's why we're able to get as many of the teams from around the country to come to these tournaments at Calvin and at Hope. 4 of the 6 teams in this tournament are ranked in the top 11 in the AVCA coaches poll. Imagine that. All here in little old Holland, Michigan. Emma Post trying an aggressive attack along the left side of the court, but it goes wide. And the lead is now 5, 16-11. Northwestern with the serve. Nice pickup by Marshall. Outside is Lockett. Right side by Lockett is blocked. And outside by Post is blocked. In this rotation, they're in opposite spots. Now they switch. Middle attack by Northwestern is dug by Lee. Feebing to Post from the right side, and it's dug by Northwestern. Again, Lee with the first contact. Emma Post has her play dug. Lee again with the first contact. Roll shot by Lockett. And that's a great effort by Grace Marshall, but it goes out of play. Give credit to Northwestern. That was a fabulous, fabulous point. I didn't talk a lot because I was just marveling at the great athletic plays by both teams. Also by the smart play by Northwestern. Whether it was intentional or not, they made Lauren Lee serve as first contact 3 times in a row. They eventually got that point. They free ball it over, 16-12. Right side, Emma Post in the deep right corner. She fires it from the right side with her big left hand and gives Hope a desperately needed point as they're trying to inch their way closer, keep this little lead buffer that they have over this dangerous Northwestern team. Here's Lockett serving at 17-12. Attack by Schmidt is unable to be dug by Lockett, and it's 17-13. Northwestern will get it back. Feebing to Lee, middle to DeWeert is played by Northwestern. Schmidt, Feebing, Lee tries a second contact attack, and she's able to do it as the libero, Schroyer, decided to shuffle it back quickly on first contact, and it hit the net. That gives Hope an 18-13 lead. DeWeert serving as the Flying Dutch are trying mightily to inch closer to a first set victory, but Ari Schmidt's going to stem the tide, and she comes in with a power shot from the outside, and it is 18-14. Excuse me, that was Schmidt from the right side. Lockett to Lee. Middle to Breck. It hits the net tape and ricochets to the right. That's exactly what Hope needed, as Glanzer was not able to get it because of the misdirection. And Hope leads 19-14. Emma Post serving from the far right side of the court. Sends it deep right. Outside. And point goes to Northwestern. Gabrielle Straub takes a little bit off it. Not a lot of power, but great sense of where her opponents were, and she found a spot out of the outstretched hands of Annie Lockett. It's 19-15. Northwestern will not go away. Lee has to chase it down for Fox. She's blocked, but it's covered. Fox again with a bit of a roll shot. Northwestern with a chance now from the right side. Great play by Feebing. Back row attack by Lockett, and it's a rocket! A rocket! And it's 20-15. She sent it from 13 feet back on the floor, and she put it in the deep middle. 20-15. 9th kill for Lockett. Middle attack by Northwestern. Deep left corner. What a play. Give credit to Caitlin Price, the junior from Sioux Falls Christian. Some probably say Price, some say Bruce. That was a great play. Price picking up her first kill of the night. And that attack by Lockett is blocked by Brown and Hardy. And it's 20-17. Northwestern has trimmed the lead to 3. Marshall to Lee, outside to Lockett. Tipped by Northwestern, and unable to handle it is Hope, and it's 20-18. Hope has led by as many as 6, and that lead is down to 2. And this crowd has been hushed. Marshall. Lee with a good opportunity. Outside to Lockett. It's blocked. It's overpassed, and Charlotte Breck is at the right spot at the right time with a quick right hand in the middle. Annie Lockett had hers blocked. It ricocheted back over on Hope's side, and there was Charlotte Breck, 21-18. Phoebing, deep middle. Outside attack, blocked by Hope. Lee's going to go way outside to Lockett. Off-speed roll shot. Now here's a middle by Northwestern, and she gets it over Emma Post, and Marshall can't track it down. And another point for Northwestern. Kiera Brown playing really smart volleyball, finding a spot where nobody was. 21-19. Emma Post to Lee. DeWeert is Doug. They're going to go outside. And tooling off the block is Abby Glanzer. And the 6-point lead by Hope is down to 1. Becky Schmidt calls a timeout as she has seen this lead dissolve here in set 2. We'll step aside and we'll be back with the end of set 2 in just a second. The University of Northwestern trying to get out of Holland, Michigan in what might be one of the toughest Division III invitationals all season. They are trying to escape with a 3-0 record, beating Calvin last night, beating Clarkson in 5, now leading Hope 1-0. And they push it back on the first contact to pick up the kill. Hope got caught flat-footed. Northwestern wisely pushes it into the deep corner, and we are tied at 21. The Hope crowd became very quiet as they had all kinds of momentum until about 20-15, and they saw it all drop away, and we're now tied at 21. Lauren Lee is going to go outside to Lockett. She fires it. Glanzer grabs it, and it goes out. She's able to dig it, but it was hit so hard by Lockett that no one after the first contact was able to track it down. Hope with a narrow 22-21 lead. Lauren Lee will bring her tough serve to the back row. And it is indeed a tough one as Northwestern just has to push it over. Right side, Emma Post is dug. It's deep to the net, but Northwestern still able to handle it. Lockett with the second contact to Post with a roll shot. Right side, and Northwestern finds a spot. On the floor, it's Ari Schmidt, and we're tied at 22. Boy, Hope had every reason to win that point, starting with a tough serve by Lauren Lee, but credit Northwestern, they were able to gain control back and put themselves in an opportunity for an outside attack. Lee is going to go back to Lockett, who rolls it, and it was really close to going out. Abby Glanzer made the last-minute decision to try to keep it up, and she wasn't able to do it. I think it probably would have caught the line, and so it's probably the right move to make the effort by Glanzer. In either event, it's 23-22, Hope with a 2-point lead. Schmidt finds another spot on the floor. She sees the court really well, doesn't get up particularly high, but she is able to find a spot, and she puts a lot of speed on the ball, and she finds a place between defenders. We're tied at 23. Fox to Lee, right side to Post. She's blocked. Northwestern. That time Schmidt is blocked, but she sends it right back. What a heads-up play by Ari Schmidt. The sophomore right side from Albany, Minnesota, has given Northwestern a set point. And the crowd is stunned, as is your announcer. What a tough serve. Emma Post on the second contact to Fox. Right side to Schmidt. Ari Schmidt has almost single-handedly brought Northwestern the second set, as she has been involved in almost every point in the last few, starting at 21 all, and Northwestern jumps out to a 2-0 lead after Hope had every reason to believe they were going to walk away with that, leading by as many as 6 when they had as many as 20 or 21 points. And Northwestern dominated the final part of that set, and they jump off to a 2-0 lead. So we've got the 3-minute break between sets. We will be back for set number 3, which if you're a Hope College Flying Dutch fan, you hope is not the last. You're listening to Hope Volleyball. Hope College battled mightily to trim a 4-point lead several times in set 1 and actually had a set point opportunity, and Northwestern rallied back. And then Hope led most of set 2, and Northwestern rallied back. The only difference was this time Northwestern was able to get over the hurdle, and they squeaked out a set that they really didn't have any business winning until the very end, largely on the shoulder of Ari Schmidt, who ended up with some critical kills at the end of set 2. Eagles squeaking out a really critical victory, as that is a tremendous momentum boost for them and must be incredibly disappointing for the Flying Dutch. There's a point for Northwestern. That's Kendra Hardy, the other right side hitter for Northwestern. She's a senior from Alexandria, Minnesota, and we are tied at 1. The Hope crowd's very quiet. They would really love something to cheer about, but they know that if Hope is going to come back, it's going to be another hour and a half before that happens. And they've got to come back right away with only a 30-minute break and play Otterbein, another nationally ranked team. Lockett on the overpass, and it is dug by Straub. That's something that's usually a point 90% of the time. Lockett sends it deep, and once again, great defense by Northwestern. And the attack by Straub is ricocheted out of bounds on the block, and Northwestern picks up the point, and they lead 2-1. Lockett from the outside. Gets it through the block, but it's covered. And that hits the antenna, and Hope will pick up a point on the hitting error. We're tied at 2-all. This will be the toughest day of Hope volleyball probably all year, playing 2 matches against 2 teams ranked in the top 11 in the country. Big test for this young team. That right side attack is going to result in another point for Northwestern as Kendra Hardy able to hit it from right to left. Northwestern leads 3-2. Strickfaden will serve. Serves it deep middle. Lauren Lee is going to go right side to Emma Post. It's been great back row defense by Northwestern. And Ari Schmidt picking up in set 3 where she left off in set 2. And this time not with power, but rather with a really smart tip shot. She has 9 kills. Second only to Glanzer with 13. For Hope, they're led by Lockett with 11. Breck with 6. And Fox and Post both with 5. Northwestern leads 4-2. And there's a service ace by Northwestern, and they lead 5-2. Strickfaden will serve again. Remember, Northwestern only had a 30-minute break. They had to go 5 sets against Clarkson University. I think something that surprised a lot of the folks who were here yesterday, as Clarkson didn't compete all that well. They didn't really compete at all against Hope. And then they pushed Northwestern to 5 sets, and then Northwestern squeaked that one out, but then they only had a 30-minute break, and they had to turn around. And now they are off to a lead here in set 3 with trying to pick up a straight set victory. They lead 6-2. DeWeert has to push it. It's played. Schmidt with a block. That time it is blocked by Hope. Hope will get a chance. Emma Post is blocked from the right side. She sends it over on an overpass, and it was an illegal contact anyway. And it is 7-2 Northwestern. Hope needing to show some energy. Couple of big plays and a little bit of luck wouldn't hurt, but right now, in the early part of set 3, it's all Northwestern. Here's Lee, the middle to DeWeert. She's blocked on a single block. And illegal contact by Northwestern, or perhaps a net violation, and it's going to be 7-3 Hope Trails. Right side to Schmidt. Pancaked up by Fiebing, but Lauren Lee is going to have to just free ball it over. Another right side to Schmidt. And Emma Post gets a hand on it, but can't do much else with it. It might have gone wide. Schmidt cut it really hard. But instinct by Emma Post, you have to get your hands up, and she did, but ball was just hit too hard by Schmidt. Back row attack by Lockett. Outside. And that is blocked by Hope as Straub finally has something from Northwestern sent back. And Emma Post and Lauren Lee, Emma Post and I think it was DeWeert who picked up the block. And it's 8-4. Ari Schmidt pounding it, but it's blocked by Fox. That's going to give Hope a decent chance, although not really great first contact, forcing Fox to hit it deep off the net, and she sends it too far from left to right. It's wide, and Hope can't seem to pick up more than 2 points in a row. They trail 9-4. Schroyer, the libero, will serve. The Otterbein Cardinals sitting along the far, what is that? That's the far northern part of the court. And they are waiting to meet their next opponent, who will be the Hope College Flying Dutch. Hope picks up a point. They cut the lead to 4. They still trail 9-5. Looking to put a little run together here. Emma Post with a tough serve. Outside attack. And another point by Straub. And it's 10-5. Gabrielle Straub able to get up over the block. Northwestern gets the point back, and Hannah Gaudiant, the other setter, will go back to serve. And that ball is in, and a service ace. They thought about it, and everybody at Hope decided it was going to be out. It was inside the white line, and Northwestern has a 6-point lead, and their domination of this match continues. We're going to step aside, and we'll be back with the rest of set 3. This is Hope Volleyball. The University of Northwestern has played terrific volleyball today, giving Hope all they can handle and then some, as Hope trails 2-0. Emma Post from the back row will attack. That's Doug. Fiebing gets one hand on it. Lauren Lee can't do much with it. Post has to chase it down, and she can't get to it, and now it is a 7-point lead. This is a Hope volleyball team that's really out of system, something you do not see a lot, and the credit has to go to Northwestern for making it happen. Lee's going to go to Fox, and she finds a spot in the deep right corner. just when we needed some good news. There's still a long way to go as Hope still trails by 6. It's Lockett and Breck and Lee in the front. Grace Marshall in. She serves outside, and there's a little miscommunication by Gabrielle Straub in the setter. One of the very few things Northwestern has done wrong today. Hope will pick up a point. They trail 7-12. Hope trying to be the first team this year to defeat the Northwestern Eagles, but they have a long way to go for that. Charlotte Breck has a hammer from the middle, and it's dug, but there was a net violation for Northwestern, and it is 12-8. A push by Straub outside to Lockett, and Lockett gets the point. 3 in a row by Hope, and it's now 9-12. The bench and the crowd is waiting to erupt, and Northwestern is going to stop that with their first timeout. The lead's been cut from 6-12 in set 3. We'll take a quick break and be back with more Hope Volleyball. Marley On coming into the game for Northwestern. Caitlin Price will come out. Northwestern off the Hope serve, and they're able to get it over. Gabrielle Straub with the attack. Phoebing with the pancake, but she couldn't get it up high enough. No one else was there. Northwestern leads by 4. Little floor maintenance going on now by the Eagles. Pulling double duty there is Kendra Hardy, finding all of the spots on the floor that might be slippery, and we're ready to go. Straub serves. Breck with the middle attack is Doug. Glanzer, that's Lockett. Northwestern again with great back row play. Marshall to Lee, outside Lockett. Dug by Straub. A single set is unable to be handled, and Charlotte Breck is there. That's exactly what Hope needed. Credit Hannah Gaudiant. She got one hand up. She kept it a legal contact, but she wasn't able to keep it on her side of the net, and Charlotte Breck was there. 13-10, Northwestern leads. Here's Phoebing to her libero opponent. And outside attack by Kendra Hardy, right side attack. She picks up the point, putting it between the blocker and the antenna, and it's 14-10. On will serve. Northwestern leads by 4. So service error gives Hope a break that it desperately needs. They trail by 3, and they will serve, trying to cut this lead. Right side set. dug by Lauren Lee. It's an overpass, and there to push it back down is Kiara Brown. Oh, it was a great dig by Hope. It was just a little too high, and a heady play by Kiara Brown as she was there first and was able to put it back down. 15-11, Northwestern leads. Fiebing chased down by Lee. Back row standing attack by Lockett. And an outside attack by Glanzer, and she pounds it down. She beat the blocker there. And it is now 16-11 Northwestern. Northwestern will have a wonderful flight home. Unless they drove, then they'll have a wonderful 11-hour drive because they're very close to leaving Holland, Michigan, with 3 victories and no defeats. Emma Post, with a nice right side attack, gives Hope the point and the serve. They trail 16-12. And that serve hits the net tape, but it goes over. And a lot of play around the net, and eventually an illegal contact is called on Northwestern. I think it was Strickfaden kind of quickly and wisely put her left elbow up to chicken wing it, but that was called an illegal contact, and Hope now trails by only 3. Right side by Schmidt, and it's blocked by Fox and DeWeert. Ari Schmidt had single-handedly pushed Northwestern to a set 2 victory with shots just like that, but that time Hope had an answer, and they've cut the Eagle lead to 2. Schmidt's going to have to tap it over. Fiebing grabs it, but Fox is going to just have to send it over on a bump. Middle attack by Northwestern is played by Hope. Fox with a tip. Libero sets to Schmidt. Lockett to Lee, right side to post, and she finds the floor. She wiggles it between Brown and Glanzer, and the lead is down to 1 for Northwestern. Hope will not go quietly, but they have such a long way to go, and that serve's going to go just a little long, and it's going to be point for Northwestern. Their lead doubles to 2, and they will have a serve. Lancer to serve. Lee with a nice position to set outside. Fox has to reach back for it a little bit. Middle attack. Dug by Hope. Outside is Fox. Jump set. Middle push. Lee's going to go right side to post now. Blocked and dug by Northwestern. Back row attack by Glanzer. Fiebing. Fox with a push shot, but just a little short as she tried to get it over. That's a critical point for Northwestern, and they lead 18-15. DeWeert is in the front, but Lockett is in the back. So the leading kill specialist for Hope is in the back row, and Emma Post is blocked. Great play by Kiara Brown, the leader in blocks for the Eagles, and Northwestern leads by 4. They are 6 points away from a straight set victory over another top 10 team. Outside, it's blocked by Emma Post. Gabrielle Straub went up with a power shot, and Emma Post stood tall to put it back down and kept it in play. 19-16. Hope needing to get over this hurdle. They have not been able to do it at all today. Tip shot by Straub. Outside by Fox. Dug by Scheuer. And 4 contacts by Northwestern. Hope picks up another point. They've cut the lead to 2. I think that we have a jersey. I've never seen this in all my years of volleyball, Mr. Scar. We have a jersey that cannot be worn, and I believe it's Olivia Fiebing. And she's going to switch from gray to white, so when she comes back in on this rotation, she's going to have a different jersey. And Northwestern's going to have a point, and they lead by 3. The libero for Northwestern to serve, Marilyn Scheuer. Sends it to the middle of the court. Outside is Fox. That's dug by Glanzer. Outside attack by Straub is touched and in. 21-17. Northwestern is 4 points away. The last time Hope has been swept, we would have to get with Alan Babbitt in the SID's office, because I've been watching Hope volleyball a very long time, and I don't remember. It was probably Calvin, but it's been a while. Emma Post finds a spot as she swings with her left hand, taking it from the right side of the court to the left side of the court, keeping Hope alive, trailing by 3. That's tight to the net. Breck can't get it over on the overpass, however. Lauren Lee tries to contact it. The second contact kill. Annie Lockett from the back row hits the net tape. It comes over, lands about 8 feet from the net, and Hope picks up a point. Not the prettiest point, but they all count the same. It's 21-19. Hope with the serve. Post. Been serving tough all week. Schmidt has to tip it. So does Breck. Northwestern with a chance from the right side, and Schmidt pounds it. That's a replay of what she did through the last half of set 2. Fortunately for Hope, she's going to come out, but not until she gives Northwestern another point and a 3-point lead. Schmidt now has 13 kills from the right side. And Fox is blocked by On and Hardy. 23-19. And Hope is going to call its final timeout of the third set. They trail 23-19. We'll be right back with the end of set 3. Hope Volleyball. Northwestern, for the match, hitting 262 to Hope's 227. Northwestern, more importantly, is 2 points away from a straight set victory over the Hope College Flying Dutch. Right side attack by Breck is pushed. And there's another right side attack by Kendra Hardy. It ricochets off the block, and Northwestern has match point on Hope's home court. They have dominated the Dutch just like they dominated Calvin last night. And they are about to leave Holland, Michigan 3-0. And that ball is deep. There's no touch. Northwestern gets its match point. They win the third set 25-19 in convincing fashion. Hope drops to 8-2 on the year. They will get a 30-minute break, as will me and Steve Secor, as will Steve Secor and I. So we will be stepping aside for a bit. We're going to turn the video off, but we want you to come back. The game clock is set for 30 minutes, and Otterbein will take their warm-ups. Hope will regroup and try to come out of their tournament with a winning record. They stand at 1-1 right now. Congratulations to Northwestern. They played terrific volleyball and leave this tournament 3-0. So that's all for right now, and we want you to come back, maybe check out a little bit of Hope football, or I don't know, maybe watch the Michigan game, although I hear it isn't close. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you in 30 minutes. This is Hope Volleyball.